Hey guys, welcome back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and today we're going to be taking a look at Infinity Ward's latest update 1.08. Starting it off, the team mentions that they are addressing issues with crashes and improving stability across all modes and all platforms. As you guys may be aware, some PlayStation players have been experiencing blue screens, which has prevented them from playing the game entirely. They're not able to get into any game mode whatsoever. Naturally, as you can imagine, this is a huge issue that hopefully was addressed in this patch because some players have been unable to play for the last 7 days. Before we get into the heart of the patch notes, I'd like to take a moment and welcome all the new viewers to the channel, along with returning visitors, and I'd encourage both of you guys to click on that watermark down there in the bottom right hand corner to subscribe, along with clicking that like button, as your participation here on the channel is greatly appreciated, and hit that follow button if you're watching here on BitChute. I'll also be leaving a link to the patch notes down in the published section just below this video. The Riot Shield received a little more tweaking. There was a bug where a player using the Riot Shield wouldn't take explosive damage during certain situations. It would also stow on the player's back when they were using stim. I've not unlocked the shield, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. It is a pretty cool item in the game, and it reminds me a lot of shields and MMO games. The obligatory footsteps continue to get addressed. The team is adjusting the sounds when you ADS and crouch independent of speed. It makes sense that your footsteps would be quieter if you're ADSing and crouching because, of course, you're moving slower and more tactfully. They did increase the speed in which you can remain using the walk footstep sounds by slightly pressing on the movement stick for all you console jockeys. It can be challenging to dial the footsteps in just right because the team has to take into account all the ambient noises that's going on around when you're playing, obviously, and one of those is going to be in Ground War, which probably has the most ambient sound, particularly once people start unlocking streaks, and just in general, it has a lot of noise buzzing around as you're playing, so getting the footsteps dialed in may take a little more adjusting as the game continues. In the last patch, we talked about how I enjoyed completing the daily challenges and progressing through the missions. However, we're still having issues with both updating as we played. In this patch, the team says they fixed the UI for challenges that were out of sync, and they will continue to monitor and make additional fixes as needed. The development team specifically addressed a dev error, the one that was the 5476, that some players were getting, and they fixed a challenge description that read, "Get kills with a burst weapons," being too vague. It's always nice when you have that level of specificity and clarity because in Battlefield 5 we are still dealing with very vague assignments, and here the game is almost a year out and that still hasn't been addressed, but I digress. A map that seems to be the bane of many players, Piccadilly, has had some spawn tuning while playing Team Deathmatch and Domination. Part of those changes was to the B flag, which is now near the buses instead of the center fountain. As far as general map flow, or maps in general, we've not seen the team make any adjustments to any of the assets or geometry in the game, despite some people's feedback. So that's something they may address in the future updates. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. And of course, you can't make it through a patch without there being weapon changes, of course. This would include a minor hip spread adjustment to ARs. The 725 has had more reduced range now. In videos and posts to the development team, players were still getting killed at longer ranges. We'll have to wait and see post-patch how the community feels about the most recent changes to the shotgun. The M4 has had its hip spread increase while damage to the head was decreased. The FAL has had its massive recoil reduce, but we did get an increase in ADS speed. It may still need a little more tweaking, but we'll have to check it out and see. The EB14, as opposed to the EBR, I guess it was just a typo, has had its ADS speed increase, and we have a miscellaneous ammo reserve adjustments upon spawning in to be in line with other weapons of their class. It's been 4 days since the last patch, and the team seems to be addressing issues fairly quickly. However, there are a few areas that still need some attention. You may notice that on some of your weapons, we're still showing that our weapon is level 1, despite obviously using it since day one. And I'm having a strange character animation issue where the character will do a reload animation twice in a row. In other words, it will like try to load the MP5 twice, but it seems to just be happening with just the MP5, but I'll continue to monitor it and maybe see if I can find the issue in some of the game footage I've recorded. And that's going to wrap it up for this look at the November 12th 1.08 update for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Thank you guys so very much for the support as I am introducing Call of Duty to the channel. So of course we're getting all new viewers and I appreciate all of your guys' support. But also be sure you click on that channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe along with notifications and hit that follow button if you are watching this on BitChute. That way you guys will have all the latest news and information out of Call of Duty.